Good science, by definition, allows for more than one opinion. Otherwise, you merely have the will of one man, which is the basis of cult.
If it's not in the frame, it doesn't exist.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
Where you been?
Drunk.
Wendy, darling, light of my life.
What's your one purpose in life?
To explode, of course.
I like death with sex. How about you, Casey? You like sex with death?
Yeah, so fuck off and die.
Now I'm sick, and I'm sick in the sense that like I feel like a tomato about to burst. Like I
You
get
kind
the
of
fever,
you look
and
like
I
a
feel
white
taut.
tomato. Is that a thing?
Because
you look
what is
pale.
that?
You
How can I
usually
be
look
flush?
more flush.
Yeah,
but you look pale.
How can I look flush and pale at the same time? How is there? What is the? I have too much blood in my face, but not enough blood to the surface of my skin.
That sounds about right. Just filling up your skull cavities.
Yeah, that's kind of. I feel like there's so much pressure right now that everything's blurry, but I don't feel dizzy. But dude, you want to know what is not old man corner?
Tell me.
Is two sexy 20-year-olds that meet on a train.
I
can tell you that
beg
much.
to differ. I'm feeling old man corner about it, and I'll tell you why. And I think it's just because like because this is all right. This is the Cult of Sentiment Knowledge podcast. We'll get into it. I feel older watching this movie just because of when I watched it the first time versus when I watched it now. I've changed so much, and so
Dude,
it's like
I
a
bet.
completely different perspective now, which is awesome. Actually, I love movies that when a movie does that. But you change, and so the movie changes too. But anyway, so did I say Cult of Sentiment Knowledge podcast? That's us. That's Jordan the white tomato over there.
I know. Yeah, dude, that's actually a really good boxing name. I should
the
say,
white tomato. Yeah. So today we missed hey, good to be back. We're still both sick. We're both sickly still.
It feels so good.
But we missed.
It feels about as good as my sinus.
We missed the last week because I was ill. This week Jordan's ill. I'm still kind of ill. We're just getting through it. But we missed a week. So today we're gonna do two movies for the price of one. This month we came in. We're doing.
This is old school, baby.
Yeah, we're doing Sundance movies, and last week we would have done Before Sunrise, and then this week we're gonna do Paris, Texas, and so we're doing both into one episode. So those are the two movies we're talking about today. And since we're a week behind, I got to refresh my memory, and we're gonna talk about the first one. What is Before Sunrise?
Before Sunrise, which is so funny because this is the first film in Linklater's Before trilogy,
Right.
And,
which I told myself I wasn't gonna watch the other ones because I wanted to stay focused on this one for the podcast. But I watched them because we had a week.
Oh,
I
you
did. I
did?
watched them.
Oh, see, dude. Oh no. Okay, so I literally started watching Before Sunrise after, and then I was like, no, we'll eventually watch this. Later. But now if you watch them, we should do a bonus episode.
I didn't finish Before Midnight, but I did watch Before Sunset.
This is one of my.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah. This is apparently that's the best one, but
I'm torn. They're both 4.5 stars for me. But
I have never seen the Before trilogy,
Right.
and it's
Bring
one
it
of the,
back.
it's like it's a stain. It's a stain on my record. Like this is one of these. My dad saw this in Sundance, like at Sundance. He saw these films and he was like, "God, they're really good. You'd really like them." Like growing up, my whole life, and I don't know why we never watched.
just
them.
one of those blind spots. Yeah, I'm like surprised.
Yeah, and it's like I've seen like 90% of Linklater films except this one and like the one about the astronaut. Like what I'm saying?
That was
Like,
good too.
I've seen like so many of his films.
God, Linklater,
I don't
fucking
know.
rules, dude.
I
I
don't know
love
why.
Linklater.
I think it's because
He's
well, me
he's
too.
so
I know,
he's so
and then
underrated though, man.
We're gonna get he really is. We'll get into it. But it's like I think I know why I haven't tackled these films is because it's all three. Like I can't, it's one of those things. Like
Well,
I
now
just saw it
having
so
them been all
daunting.
out, even though they
But-
were released over the course of like almost 30 years, it's it's because I think I watched them originally a couple years after. It was like I think it was like right after Before Midnight came out, so I did get to watch all three of them consecutively as well.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine what it would have been like waiting and like growing with them in that way,
Oh,
like watching this movie in '95 and then watching
No,
the next
I-
one in like 2003 or whatever.
It is like that because my dad was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's another Sunset film, like whatever, another
like, oh, cool.
another-
Yeah.
yeah, another movie."
It's
And
unique.
it's like it's
You
one of
know,
those
it's a
things.
unique kind of because we talked about it a little bit last week or 2 weeks ago, maybe off air, but we were talking about like sequels don't really do that unless they're like weird legacy sequels now. So I don't know.
Oh,
it's
no,
unique.
yeah,
It's a unique thing. You know.
I can't remember if we said that, but I asked that. I posed the question: has this ever been done before?
Yeah.
And it's one of
So
those
it's
things
done
where I'm
again
like,
when he does like Boyhood, which is just taking that to
Well,
the
and that's-
extreme.
right. So it's like Linklater was already, but it's like I know. I mean, to say that is naive because it's like I guarantee you, some French director,
Sure. Oh,
some foreign director has probably done this before. Very similar thing where it's like a couple.
You do,
grows up
yeah.
and
You
they
do
make
sequels
movies
and stuff.
together,
as it
sure.
goes, but it just definitely wasn't as
But I
common
think-
at the time,
but something
especially.
so succinct. It's like because even with Boyhood, like where Boyhood is one shot compiled together of somebody's like it's like watching a time lapse, and then this is like it's like coming back to a relationship every 10 years
Yeah.
or so, and just being like, where is this relationship at now?
Yeah, and it's like I guess
and
that's what's
where-
different too. Is
where's it
it's
gonna
like
go in the
that's
future?
the plot where it's like most movies that do that. It's just like here's a new plot featuring the same characters. This one is like it's a
right.
continuation of the same thing because the characters are
it's
the
a-
plot, which is that's
but
what's
it's
unusual.
a sequel, but like it's a sequel slash
Character
reboot
driven.
of a I think that's also part of it too. It's like this is literally just like talk cinema. Like they are doing nothing
So-
but talking.
Well,
Like
you
there's
haven't
no
even
action in this at all.
Put a fucking pin in it because you haven't even watched the other one. So we're gonna wait.
I
And
know.
maybe we'll do a bonus episode or find a way to watch the other two for the podcast. So focusing on this first one.
Yes.
What were because this now that you finally at least wiped that disgusting shame off your face, the egg
know,
that was
yeah.
not having watched this
Oh.
movie finally.
I know Linklater, please forgive me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love it.
what were your
But
thoughts? Yeah.
No, it's great. This
First
is so
impressions.
we've done so many Linklater, and this movie was created whole cloth because he visited the Venice Film Festival for Dazed and Confused, and when he was there for Dazed and Confused, they were like, "Oh, this is a beautiful city." He was walking around. He's like, "Oh, this is great. I love this." And then they were like, "You can have," he's like, we do film grants. Like people, like the arts matter in other countries.
I know.
And he was like, oh shit, really cool. Like he can get some funding for it.
I know he's just like
And
in
he was like,
Texas,
so I could
just
shoot a-
scraping money together. He's like, oh, the government gives you money
literally.
in other countries to make films.
Yeah,
weird.
No, literally, they're like, it's their arts program. They're just like, yes, well, we can give you money to shoot a film here. And he was like, cool. And so like that's how it was birthed. And then he got together with Kim Krasen or whatever how you say her name is to write it. And I think this has so much energy. It's beautiful. And like this is exactly what I expected from knowing what it is.
Yeah.
But I was so pleasantly surprised. And I was on the edge of my seat the whole time because
It just
the
feels
charm.
so good, dude. It feels it's just such a feel good.
He creates
just that
there's
energy.
everything about it, dude.
Like,
it's the energy, sure, the authenticity, as we say on this pod
Yeah.
often. It's like if it feels authentic, then like it's gonna no matter what the quality is, quote unquote, it's gonna be good. Like you're gonna get something out of it.
Yeah.
And this was
carries a lot of weight.
the quality didn't matter at all because it's literally just them walking around.
But it was
It's all
great.
natural.
It was
There's,
just
like,
very soft,
there's
light.
a set built.
But
Yeah.
that kind of added to it. It was very much like quite a lot of long shots, not a lot of cutting, and like two shots, like just them
and
being
give
together in
give
a
it up
two-shot.
to them, dude. They
Crushed.
They were pretty young, and they were just there. The amount of dialogue that you had to keep going to get that shot is crazy. It's like shooting oneers for a lot of this movie, you know. And
it's just so
yeah, I mean, it was
natural,
exactly what I expected.
too.
It was beautiful, but it was also, it's like, it does pain me if you were out there in podcast land and you were young. Do not sleep on this movie. it would have been so nice to watch this movie like in my 20s or in my early or like later teens, like to watch it when it's like I'm their peer, you know, because watching it now, there's just like my heart just ached with like the pain of like nostalgia and the young love, and so it's like it'd be so interesting to watch this like when I was, you know, going through what they're going through, being, you know, early 20s and like kind of just that spontaneous, like I remember like when I moved to LA and shit, it's just like you'd meet somebody on the street and you'd be like strike up a conversation, or you'd meet somebody somewhere, start talking, and it's like it never really led per se to like a whole night walking around the city with them.
Yeah, we're not that. We're not Ethan Hawke, okay? Like,
no, oh god, I know, dude. I wish Ethan Hawke and his turtleneck.
Yeah,
but yeah, but it's like, and I love that too because they're both like, it's so funny. They look like real people, but they're hot. Like it's one of those things. They're attractive, but like I miss that. I miss the look of this movie, man. I miss the low budget indie film from like the 90s that we don't really get anymore. And so it just like, it looked beautiful, and it's kind of one of those things where it's like it's almost cheating to shoot this movie in, I mean, they, you know, going through, because they were like, oh, actually now I don't even remember where they were. Outside of Germany. I'm an idiot.
You said Venice?
I'm bad with you. Was it? Did they actually? They shot it in Venice. I know they shot some in Venice, but I know they shot at other places too. Places so small that you can kind of jump around just on a train and go to like somewhere different. But anyways, I loved that it's like German themes throughout, and like I was so bummed when they didn't go to those kids, the first kids that they meet when they get off the train, and they're like, oh, I'm the cow. I'm the cow at the play.
It feels so.
I know.
Because
it feels right.
Very Linklater too, though. You know what I mean? Where it's just like,
100%. Well, dude, and I love. There's so many times when Ethan Hawke because Ethan Hawke looks just like Linklater at the time. They look very similar. It's like the fact that like Ethan Hawke just didn't do it or that Linklater just
he's the hotter version
character.
Linklater's in one.
That is true. Honestly,
he's in one of the scenes, and he just looks shaggier. He's in like when they're at the bar, and he's just got like long hair.
When they're at a bar, he's yeah. Well, dude, and he like he's obviously he's in Slacker, and like he plays like the first kid, and he's a dreamboat. He looks like a drifter, and I love in Slacker the first like conversation you get, and it's like he's like talking, I can't remember what he says exactly, but he's like talking about time and space and just all the crazy shit that he loves to talk about, which he does, which in this there's so many times where like it's like you can tell that like it's just Linklater being like, dude, man, are you fucking the Stardust, dude?
We'll save it if we ever do both movies, because that's like I think the first and the second one are so good, but like for different reasons. And the reason I think this one maybe edges out because it's got a little bit more of that like existential Linklater conversations.
Yeah. Right. Just a little, kind of the young shit that you say. Like it's like you're young, and so you put this emphasis on things that are so like grandiose, and you want to you want to make reason for it. And I love it.
That was the thing that this time around watching it for me. So first time I watched it, I was in like my mid-20s, and
cool.
It clicked, and it was exciting. And I mean, I don't know. It was like early 2010s or whenever the third one came out.
Is one of the most inspirational. He's one of the most inspirational creators because it's like you just watch what he does, and it's so simple but beautiful.
Even
and it's so cheap.
We're watching it now because at the time I was like, oh, this is nice. Like I wish I can. Like I was feeling excited about being a creative and like doing art and stuff, and then like the young love but it wasn't like nostalgic yet. If anything, I was burnt on love in my early 20s a little bit. But
right
now it's like I still have all that nostalgia, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh yeah, what was those butterflies in the stomachs? I mean, I've been with my wife for like over a decade, you know.
Well,
and
you've known her for 1,000 years.
I've known her for like over 20 years, and so it's like. The butterflies in your stomach of like knowing someone is very exciting, and that's nostalgic and fun. But like this movie just made me want to live in the now and just be more present anyway. And I think part of that's the time period, but they're just walking around, not a cell phone in sight, like they say. They're just like
kids being
they're
kids,
just like listening to music, and they're just have to just stand there and listen to it. They're fucking running into poetic hobos that are just writing poems on the street. And I'm like, it made me want to like be more present in a way, which is like, it still is able to inspire even as a cynical old man that's forgotten what young love is, you know. It's so I don't know, it's still just as good. I don't know, but it's weird with the hindsight, it's still just as good. And then the second one, that one hits even more. It's so good too. But we'll watch
I can only imagine. So yeah,
we'll watch that.
It's shot. It's shot in it's Vienna and then Austria. That's what it was.
That makes sense.
Because I was like, I know they go somewhere where like a lot more German people. Because I love that's something that was amazing too. Is like, I love that Linklater was smart enough now, because he had to have been. I was gonna look it up and then I was an idiot. He's probably like 30 years old in this movie. Like Linklater is, you know, maybe even younger, making this film. So he was really young making movies.
Yeah, I think this is like his like fourth film or something. But he started pretty young. It's like. He had to have been like 28, 30, something like that.
Yeah, right. Like I'm just in that realm. I mean, you said he was even younger. I could believe it, because it's like he made a lot of his movies pretty close to each other. But like, I kind of lost my train of thought. But I think that he could like do really good at making a sequel to this. And I wanted to know. I didn't want to talk about this yet, but I have to ask because it's on my mind. I don't want to forget. Yeah. Now, in the second one, do they meet 6 months later, or is it?
It comes up. Oh, I see. It comes up.
Okay. That's all I needed to know. It's like it was like burning me, because that is something that. So what's really fun about this movie is like it has a lot of the like energy, because this was not. He wrote this script on his way there, and they pretty much workshopped every scene every night.
Yeah.
So like,
and that makes sense. It's like one of those living kind of movies. Like I'm sure, like even though they wrote it, it's like Julie Delpy and Ethan Hawke, I'm sure, like contributed like a fuckload, and they helped write the sequels too, because it's like I was just about to say, the characters.
They're upset because they didn't get writing credit for this movie, and they wrote most of their parts.
Yeah, it's like they're the characters. You know, it's like very collaborative filmmaking effort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you could tell when it's the Linklater stuff. Every time, like he's walking down the street and he's like,
"Yes."
You ever think about? He's like, you think about reincarnation, and it's like there's so many more people now, and so now it's like if we keep getting reincarnated, we're like one fraction of a soul because there's more people than there was. I'm like, that's a Linklater.
That was exactly it. Like, that's a Linklater, and the fortune teller is totally a Linklater thing, where he's like laughing at the fortune teller, and it's like, and he just like, I'm like, that's just Linklater just sitting in the chair laughing at
and he's like, I love it. It's like it cuts in so many times when it's like, usually it's like it feels like one flow of a conversation. Like this movie flows very well for not being real time, but like almost feeling like it.
And that is a Linklater like specialty. Yeah, he does that so well.
He'll just like walk a corner and he's like. He's like, how much, everyone's saying we're going to save so much time with all this new technology, but it's always so we could do more work. He's like, you never hear anyone be like, and with all this time I saved from my new word processor, I'm going to go hang out at the Zen temple. You know, like I just think about nothing and meditate. It's like, no.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, buddy.
Right.
Like
God, yeah.
That's what I'm missing.
It's so good.
It's too cute. And honestly, I forgot, like, so I am not, like, I'm a brunette guy all the way through. I don't really care for blondes. I usually don't find blondes attractive, like, at all. But for some reason, is it Julie Delpy, right? Is that his name? It's because she's so
dorky.
Charming. And, like, something about her, just the two of them. I'm just, like, so in love with both of them.
Yeah.
And their characters are so good. And they're both just so
it took them
cute and young. And, like,
it took them 9... It was 9 months to cast this film.
Really? Holy shit!
And the funny thing is there were a lot of people like floated, but Ethan Hawke was like his first pick basically. But he thought Ethan Hawke was going to be too old until he saw Ethan Hawke like perform at a stage play or something, and he was like, "Oh, okay, he'll work." Because Ethan Hawke
was like, getting pretty famous already. He'd already done Gattaca, I think, by this point. You know.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Probably, right? Or at least it would maybe be shooting Gattaca at this time.
Yeah.
I think
Gattaca was like 93 or something.
Was it 93? Jesus. I thought it was like 96. But anyways, it's like, so if he's done Gattaca, then yeah, it's like he plays a full-blown adult in that. So it's like to have him play kind of a younger character, but it matched well. And he like literally though Linklater was like, we have to cast this right. I don't want two actors. I want two collaborators basically.
Yeah.
I want two people
Yeah.
who, when they're together, they have like an effortless.
Well, they want to
charisma.
create, and it's like the chemistry is just fucking. It's like unmatched. Like just having the starry eyes at each other, and just like the way they can joke and laugh. Like
and the pivotal scene for me, is when they're I said pivotal. It's when there's. It sounded weird.
it sounded
I was
like
it's
pitiful, but I know what you meant from context.
Pitiful.
but
I
yeah.
know. I was like, it sounded. Yeah, it's not pitiful.
Pivotal.
Pivotal.
Yeah,
God damn. It's when they're.
Sorry.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God! Don't get me started. Yeah. When they're listening to that album, when they're in the record store and they get that, and it's like the first time that they're. Because there's a lot of silence together, you know, and there's so much subtext in the silence of this movie, and it's amazing. But that is the scene where you're like, oh, okay, this is it. It's kind of one of those movies where you're like, they're going,
then
it's special. They're special together, and like it's kind of one of those movies where I was like, I didn't want them to sleep together, but then when I saw that scene, I was like, oh, this is playful. If they sleep together, it'll feel right. I hope. Anyways, I was really nervous about that because I was like, and it's still kind of now being a 36-year-old man being kind of like, it's a little creepy. Like he kind of talks her into it a little bit, but like barely. It's like just in my, if I was like, yeah, it feels very
and it's
consensual.
left.
It's beautiful.
It's like
I love
pretty
it.
like open ended. Like there's no sex scene. It's like. They're like, she's like, I decided I am gonna sleep in you, and then they're all kissing and stuff, and then it cuts.
And you know me, I hate sex scenes. Are like, rarely has a sex scene ever been decent.
I was
in a
even
movie,
like
ever added, and so yeah.
I was even like, did they for sure sleep together? But then in the second, they talk about it in the second one, so they definitely did. But
okay, they definitely did. Okay, because
but they're even
funny.
like
Doubt.
There's a lot of memory questioning and stuff. The one thing I'll spoil a little bit. The one thing I was waiting for in the second movie that they didn't bring up is whether or not he sent that guy that money for that bottle of wine. He never said anything.
They never talk about that.
I was gonna, bro.
Dude, oh my God, I know, because that's the thing. It's like, this is one of those movies I want
to watch.
He
shook your hand,
back
dude.
to back.
He shook your hand.
You
the nicest
him,
guy,
dude.
Everyone's that's the
he
thing
was
too.
really
It's
nice.
like there's the conflict in this movie. Like so many movies are so reliant on conflict, and you would think that on paper this movie sounds boring because there's not really a lot of conflict, but the conflict comes from like the unsureness of something new, you know what I mean? It's like they never really argue. Like they start going down the path of like they're arguing about like men versus women, and they're like, let's talk about something else. Like we don't want to, which I thought was great because it's like it felt so natural where it's not like they're 100% like clicking 100% of the time, but it's just like, oh, when we're gonna have like a debate and like an argument, like that could be fun, but like let's not spoil it. You know what I mean? And like let's just move on and talk about fucking whatever.
They kept doing that. There were so many times where like I think that's what it was. It's like it's great because until you find out that Ethan Hawke's character like just got like brutally dumped. Yeah. You're kind of like, oh, you don't know his character really. You're like, oh, he kind of seems sleazy a little bit and kind of a pessimist. And then like, which is fine. It's like, he's kind of challenging her a little bit at times, and then she's just,
and it's
like,
funny, she's
no,
more of the
there's
pessimist
softness.
kind of at the end of the day,
Right. Well, kind of. I mean, she's more of the realist, honestly, because she's just like, there's war and oppression and stuff, and it's kind of like she's like, what do we do about it? And Ethan Hawke kind of like,
we got to do a bonus.
I don't know.
We got to do a bonus for the rest because I'm like, I love their characters too, and it's like the way their characters grow.
Oh, they're so good.
And just
I know.
together,
I need to see it. Oh,
yeah. We'll do the other two
do
as a bonus because like I said, I didn't finish Midnight either. So this time.
After this episode, because if you haven't finished Midnight, then after this episode, let's talk about it. Let's plan for it because I do want to.
You got to watch.
I really want to do this.
You can't leave them hanging, and we should watch them.
Yeah. Oh, and what I was gonna say earlier is that like it's great because Richard Linklater kind of makes Ethan Hawke's character the brutish, kind of like dorky and like blunt and different, and it's like it's kind of fun to see. Like I love when like someone so quote unquote American shows up into a town, and it's like everybody's kind of teasing him. They're like, "Oh, can we speak German for once?" You know, and he's like, "I don't know, you know." And even she's like, "I don't know very much German," and they're like, "Ah, of course, yeah." You know, and it's like it's great. I love it, and it's cool that. You know,
it's perfect.
he
Ethan
puts himself
Hawke.
into it so much.
I want to get back on a Linklater kick, dude. I want to see Blue Moon so bad because Ethan Hawke again, like with the Oscars literally right around the corner. Ethan Hawke, and then I really want to watch Tape again. You know, like I just love these.
Yeah, I know.
I love these movies.
We need to do. We've done like one room movies.
We have.
Need to do that again.
We should.
Like that.
It's like I just love movies that you can boil them down to just two people talking. More or less, or just people in a room talking at the end of the day. Like, I love super cinematic, super fucking visual candy like movies, but like there's something about the nature of storytelling that if you can make a compelling film, like a good visual audio medium that is just two people talking, then it's just like, that's fucking hard. That's harder than any Marvel movie, I think. And
oh, 100%.
So 100%.
That's why Marvel.
I mean, you
movies
just throw
don't
money at it.
rely on dialogue.
Yeah,
they rely on spectacle.
That's what I'm saying, though.
They're not trying to write anything.
Yeah, all these crazy action set pieces and stuff. It's like it's so much harder to make a compelling conversation. Like you said, like them listening to music, they just don't talk for like a minute and a half, and it's like just a two shot of them being kind of like giving each other a little bit of eyes and like smiling to themselves, listening to music, being cute, and it's like so much is just said even there without the talking, and then you have nothing but dialogue,
soaking it in, baby.
Just, I love movies like that, and I want that. I'm gonna make a movie that's just two people on a phone for an hour and a half. Like
I don't really though. Yeah, no, I'm really like
because
it's one of those things.
This movie. It makes me want to.
It does.
It's inspiring.
It
like Linklater, he still does it.
Something, yeah.
Even though they were all
like
younger.
His writing is so good.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to watch the sequels for a bonus because I don't know. This movie, it's lightning in a bottle, and so I'm surprised that he was able to capture what he did in the sequels. The third one is I think a slightly less than the other two, but it's still amazing. But I think it's because that's the most cynical one. But it is really good.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, and I'm excited too because it's like I need to go through this so that I can watch. Because before midnight, I can watch that as like a 50, 60-year-old and be like, oh, whoa. You know, like a 30-year-old, I can, you know, like that resonating. And now it's like, oh, dude, how young they were.
I know.
That's what I'm excited about.
Oh, God, is that another mosquito? How the fuck are they getting in
here?
You,
okay, shut up about your mosquitoes. Did we get any Reddits?
Yeah, I mean, probably. It was like a week ago, so I just go through and I delete everything.
I can't believe I'm actually really proud of myself. I remembered so much of this movie when watching it, you know, a week ago.
I'm surprised too, for myself.
But there's so much like that we left out that we couldn't even touch on because basically it would just be like every single scene. If we talk about trimming the fat in movies all the time, this zero fat. This movie has a eating disorder. Like it is so skinny. It's like this movie has no fat on it at all. It's like every scene, like I'm like literally every single scene, there's a conversation or silence that matters. And so I'm like, go watch this. It's dude, when they're playing pool, and I love oh my God, you have no idea. Do you know how much I love watching younger actors kind of fumble their way through a scene playing a game? So
they're always like when they're
playing
something.
pinball.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, it's like playing pinball, keeping your beer, like it's all the beats and the fucking dialogue. It's an avalanche of dialogue.
It's like when someone's trying to play a video game in a movie too, where they're always doing it to be doing it, but they're not really doing it very good.
They're not really playing it.
Pinball.
Well, and I always think of fucking. Then when they're playing pinball, and it's like
every time.
It's so like she's not playing pinball. She's just whacking the thingies. But anyways, and then I always think of Chasing Amy when they're playing darts.
Yeah.
And they're like talking and playing darts, and it's like they're throwing it. That shit's just falling on the ground. Like it's not even going to the dartboard. I love it.
Good. Yeah, I got quite a lot of Reddits, and I haven't read any of them. So.
Oh well, here I'll give you a money minute real quick because
please.
We're doing Sundance, which Sundance. This is actually going to be something that's a huge takeaway from this month. The movies were made for so little money. and they're so good because we're gonna do Paris, Texas next.
It does.
It's very in the it's in the same realm.
Does not take a lot of money to make a good film. Like,
No.
it is hard to make
No.
films, and it does take some money
but
for
like-
sure. But
Yeah. This movie was 1.5 million to make. If you look for an inflation, that's even with inflation, that's like maybe 6 million. Not even really.
crazy.
It's like 5 million to make this movie, which is crazy. But it only grossed like 6 million. So but for whatever, for inflation, that's like 12. But still, it's like crazy.
it's nothing.
What you can get
Shooting
away with
abroad
for-
and shooting just
Yeah.
on the streets, shooting real film. Like, it
Right.
looked great. It sounded really good. Like,
Yeah, no, that's the thing. This
soundtrack
really
was
could have
good,
been.
like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's a movie that's really close to this that's made back in like the 60s or even the 50s. So I think it's called Marty, if you've ever heard of that.
Yeah,
and
never
it's
seen
like
it, but
that.
I've
It's
heard
very similar. It's just
it's
them
crazy
talking.
because it's like
And
Linklater, like he's a writer first. He's a great director, but he's a writer first.
oh,
But
he's a writer.
he's a
first.
very salt.
But,
Like,
yeah.
this movie, you would never know other than the energy it has. You would never know that it's like such a young filmmaker because it's so competent and
Oh, yeah.
confident in what it's doing. Though, like the confidence to stay on these shots with no talking, the fucking like the way that everything's put, like nothing about it feels amateur, even though it all feels very young and fresh. But it's so calculated.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if like a Luca Guadagnino made this type of movie. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
sure.
You know what I mean? Something like that.
No, of course.
But
yeah.
to know
You
that
can get away
he's
with it,
also a young, they're all just young people doing cool stuff. I don't know. It does make me feel old now, but it is inspiring anyway. So that's awesome. Yeah, and that's
I know.
that's going to be a
Well,
trend
yeah.
of the month as we're talking about that budget not being a whole.
Well, because then it's
lot.
and it's a Sundance film, and so like that just by its nature typically is low budget.
Yeah.
Even though present day, the last 20 years, Sundance is kind of just like I don't even know, it's like a prestige to get to get the gold leafs or whatever.
We've
it's like one of
always
those things
said
where it's
it's just for actors to do their side projects, but there's
Oh, true,
there's still
right, yeah.
tens of millions of dollars. You know, that's what
yeah,
it feels like to me.
it's like when a movie's 50, when like a Scorsese film goes through Sundance.
Yeah.
it's one of those things where you're like, it's funny because Scorsese he's a pro and he does finance his movies like old school. Like he it's not like he just gets
Well,
backed
it's not
by
the film
merchandise and shit, but-
festival, like indie film
But it's-
festival that the people
Yeah.
feel it is. Like technically it's indie, but it's not
Yeah,
the same.
right.
It's like when we made our movie, people are like, "Oh, you gonna put it into Sundance?" And we're like, "As if, like no way, like you can't."
No.
Now our fucking
like 20
$5,000
20 years
movie- yeah,
ago.
like sure, yeah, 20 years ago. If we shot it on
You know.
16 millimeter in the 90s, yeah, but
Yeah. Right.
anyway.
Anyways.
So I'll read a couple Reddits and then since this is a two-parter, we'll move on. So Culture People 2 says, my third watch of this, my wife introduced me to this film when we first met, and then we rewatched it when the third one was released. This is one of my wife's favorite films, and both of us identify with the characters here. I think for me, this is Linklater's most accessible film in his iconic talkie style. I think School of Rock is his easiest to love, though. This is a beautiful film and so well acted and paced, and Hawke and Delpy have such great chemistry. I think Ethan Hawke just has chemistry with everyone. God, he does. I fucking love Ethan Hawke.
I know Ethan Hawke.
He goes on, this reminds me a lot of Clerks and how when I first saw it, I was watching my peers, and now I'm watching young people and their idyllic views of life and philosophy in the future. As for the trilogy, I'm likely to watch the rest of the films this week too. I think they are films that we appreciate and understand at different stages in our lives, and it'll be interesting to see the third again. Beautiful film, 8.5 out of 10. Thank you. I think he did comment again below that he watched the second one. I didn't read what it was though. That's you. Again, Calic Cat says, pretty much defined a slew of interactions for a solid 15 years after its debut. It now seems like the salad days of a dead era, and conquest/pursuit/joy need more stuff of this now. Fucking, oh, that's me. Someone said, wait, where is it? Competitive Bat 5831 says, the listing booth was the place for the first kiss. The money kept throwing me off, and I kept thinking it was 50 euros for the club and the palm reading, but it's actually closer to $5. Also, I wonder where the American notion that Europe is romantic came from. That's a thing, right? I'm also surprised that they talked about the Bosnian War. It's interesting to watch this for the first time in 2026. It feels like it started some tropes, like the agreement to never meeting again, only to change your mind at the last minute. I agree with others that the chemistry is great, although I kind of hate Ethan Hawke's character. He seems to be always shitting on lighthearted and fun things like the palm reading and poem, regardless if he's right. Although I think he does come more around it towards the end. The wine bottle at the bar scene feels very in the moment in similar way. I'll for sure check out the other two. Yes, you should. His comments, man, they crack me up. Fucking someone.
Well, I think to that, I understand what you're saying. I feel like Ethan Hawke's character, but Ethan Hawke was like, if you listen to that scene when they're at the bar, it's like he talks about how he just got broken up with someone who he thought respected him and loved him, and he got broke up in such like a dismissive, fucking jaded way that like it totally broke. He's like fresh off that. It's been like 2 days.
Yeah,
right?
that's why he's like bumming around. It's
like,
been like a couple days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why everything that comes up that's happy, he's kind of just like, no, I'll fucking leave you.
My favorite comment. These are just as good as like the all the spam we've been getting on the Reddit lately. It's Scully 1961 says awful, and then Clones of People 2 says I'm interested to know what you found awful about it, and then he responds felt flat. That's it. Good talk, bud.
Wow. Well,
I'm genuinely curious.
Slow down there. Slow down there. No, I would love to know. You come out with awful. I 100%. So I was going to compare this to Sentimental Value. Like this movie, I would watch this movie 100 times over Sentimental Value.
Yeah. Go listen to that episode if you want to know what we felt about that one.
Right.
It's fine.
Right. And it's like, I have nothing wrong with it. But it's one of those things where I'm like, Sentimental Value, I'm going to forget about it forever. But this movie, I'll never forget about this.
I'll never forget about it. This movie is it's considered like one of the best romance movies, and for a reason. It feels so real. It's lighthearted without being like goofy. It feels like what that really is like, where it's like so many movies, they can't capture that in an authentic way. It always just feels like, very scripted, and the idea of like what love is to sell bullshit. Like every romantic comedy feels like such fake expectations of romance that like this feels real, and the sequels too. I got it, dude. Who could just say awful? It's funny, it's such dude. I think it's fucking hilarious.
That's good.
I'm like, tell us why. I want to know why you feel that way. But
I don't want to argue with you. I have your opinion. But like, why?
Want to?
Did we watch the same movie? Like,
dude, it felt flat. That's it. Anyway,
where? Show me where.
I hate love. You know what I mean? I want to read this comment. I've not read it. I want to read it out loud just because Clones of People 2 went back and he watched Before Sunset. I just want to see what he has to say. It's short. I don't think he'll spoil it because there is one up here that I didn't read because it does spoil it. Before Sunset.
Okay.
So I didn't read that one.
Do not. Because if I get spoiled,
he said, I watched Before Sunset last night. I think it's better than the first one. It feels snappier and there's more of a rush for the characters to say what they need to say. Also, how their views have changed the last 10 years. She's the cynic and he's the romantic now. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like that's just a tease enough to get Jordan because it is.
Well, dude, I haven't. The fact
ending
that,
is
that's
so
what I
good.
love.
I love the ending so much.
These movies aren't popular enough to be spoiled in the zeitgeist, but I've gone so long without it getting spoiled that I'm like, don't start now. I gotta watch it.
I really, really loved one last thing, and then we'll talk about Paris, Texas. Is one thing I really, really loved when this movie ended, that we got to see all the like places that they were. Like it showed all the shots of where they went throughout the whole
Begonia
night.
style.
Yeah, Begonia
like
style.
Where it's just
but it's just like even the wine bottle's just in the grass still.
Yes.
And it really, that was the thing that clicked for me where I'm like, that was a moment, dude. Like that was a fucking memory for them that is cemented forever in these moments. You know what I mean? And seeing it after the fact and just feeling their, like the absence of them there is... And it's an incredible weight to like them actually being there, and the like
I'm getting chills.
the fleetingness of the now, right? Because they're like so much like, we're just gonna have the best night ever, and we're not gonna like projections, no future. Like we're just gonna live in the now. And so like having it end with like all the places they went and now in the bright light of day, with them, with just the location without them in it, because before you barely notice the locations. It's about them, dude. They're so fucking magnetic that the locations are great set dressings to wear them talking. And so now it's just like the lack of them in it is just like, it's like dust in the wind, dude. It's fucking tears in the rain.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like,
and I
it
was
just
gonna
is
say,
a moment that goes and it's gone. And it's just such a fucking perfect encapsulation.
Even them saying they're going to get back together in 6 months, it's such a frenzy. It's so frantic that it's
It's the panic.
don't let the light, don't let the die. Yeah, the panic. Don't let the light die out. And it's one of those things that it leaves us like almost like, no, don't get together again. Like this was perfect. You know, this is like a perfect night. But then you're also like,
We have
do
so
get back
much
together, though,
chemistry.
because it's so beautiful.
It's like such
It's
a perfect thing. I know.
it's one of the things. It was the perfect night. You should be together, but then
I'm gonna
be a
save it
perfect
for
life?
when we talk about the sequels, but I did.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring back up how it ended with like all the locations in the first movie, and then I'm gonna talk about something similar in the second movie that I think is a great companion to this. So put a pin in it. We'll come back to it.
Okay. Mental
That's
note here.
before
let's-
sunset. If you thought it was awful, come tell us why.
No, please. Just explain yourself a bit more. We're here.
I don't have to
we're here to
explain
have
myself. I
discussions,
just didn't like it, or it's subjective.
I mean, right, sure.
I know.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
whatever.
Well, how about this
Yeah,
then?
whatever.
We're gonna now you want to talk about subjective art. Let's go over to the old Texas now. Let's just straddle up to the big city.
And none of it takes place in Paris, Texas. So
No.
which
No,
I was
they never
waiting
reached
for
that.
the whole time.
I know.
Yeah.
The whole time. This was your first time, right?
Was it yours?
Seeing this?
It was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
I
So
feel like,
the
I feel
second
like we're
movie-
having our own before
hey.
sunrise. We're like, oh, was this your first time?
It is. Be
Ew.
gentle.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
No, yeah. So the second movie we watched, Paris, Texas. I didn't do synopsis for the first one, so in the interest of time, I'm not going to do synopsis.
I forgot how do we used to transition into the second film? We used to. So everybody out there, if you're listening to this, we used to do this. The first 50 episodes, we did 2 movies each episode. And I don't remember what we did to transition in between.
Dude, I barely
just-
remember
I don't know.
last week's episode. I don't even know. Like, we do it.
It's true.
And then I just shove it out there in the world. And then if occasionally I catch a glimpse of it on, like, if I fucking do the YouTube shorts, I catch a glimpse of it and I was like, oh, yeah, what?
Oh,
That's
what,
what
dude,
we talked about and what I sound like and what my fat face.
I know.
Jordan looks like. Ew.
Yeah.
I mean, ugh.
my beautiful white tomato, huh? I know. I always like to listen to the beginning, to like the first 10 minutes, just to where you cut, because we'll talk sometimes for
I know,
5 or 6 minutes before, and I'm like, I don't know what he kept in, so I'm always excited to hear what you kept in.
Yeah, but sometimes
I know, yeah, half the time it's not good. I mean, today it's like, what are we even going to talk about? But anyways, Paris, Texas. This is a doozy. It's been on my list since high
same.
school.
Yeah, it's always one of those movies that's kind of like, oh, this is like a classic. It's on the Criterion Collection, right? And it's like,
right. Oh yeah.
I've always wanted to see it.
I forgot it was Criterion when I really got into Criterion. This is where it cemented in my mind.
I'm glad it won because it popped up.
The cover.
It pops up every once in a while. I'm like, oh yeah, I really need to see that movie. You know, it's like been on my watch list, since high school. And then I was like, oh, is it Sundance? And so I put it on there, and I thought I knew it had kind of a cult following, but I didn't think it was gonna win. So I'm glad it won because it's like it wasn't really on my radar that much. It's one of those movies that's been on the watch list so long you almost kind of forget about it, you know. And so I'm like,
right,
every time it comes up, and then suddenly I'm watching it this week. I'm like, oh shit, did not have that on my bingo card. Is watching Paris, Texas right at the start, you know. Usually I have a fucking agenda, you know what I mean, about what movies I want to watch. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you try to pair them together so you can watch something you want. But gosh, man, I didn't. So yes, first time seeing it, obviously. I had no idea what to expect going into it. but watching the credits roll, I was like, is this a foreign film? I was
Dude, it feels like
very
one, though,
confused
doesn't
for
it?
a minute.
Yeah.
It does. Well, cuz it effectively is. So it's like what is he? Oh my god, I had it up, but it's like French and German or something too. It's like it's not an American made film, but it's about like, you know, it's West Germany and France production, and like the director whatever his name, Wendam or something. What is it? Or Wim Wenders. He's not like an American director. Like he doesn't make Hollywood films. So like this is such an
Americana type of movie too, though. It's like it's weird.
Totally like it's got like the mythos in it and like capitalism and everything. I mean, you know, I guess they're not foreign objects to other countries, but like it feels very like American critique.
Yeah, it reminded me of
a good way.
something like obviously not thematic the same thing, but like the types of movies of like My Own Private Idaho or something where it's like it felt like it would be more of a personal.
I was even
story
thinking
to the
like
place.
three billboards out of Ebbing, Missouri.
Which that's true because he's from
thinking,
fucking Ireland or whatever. So it's like
right.
It does kind of have like a vibe like that. But it's like being a Sundance and like obviously more independent film. It does feel like that with its traditions. It doesn't feel like a classical like American movie. But it is interesting that it's like such a personal story that like the backdrop of the, you know, Texas specifically, but like the American Southwest is such a prevalent
and like
part is interesting that it's like a foreign film.
And Vietnam's such an American war. Like it doesn't bleed very much in, you know, I mean, it's, you know, globally, but sure. It's like, it's just so funny that like that's such a heavy backdrop to this. And then this feels like a modern day Western. Like it's got that vibe to it, you know, like,
so
I don't know. It's so weird. I like, don't know how I feel. It's like one of those movies where I'm like, I was like so bored at times, but so captivated by what I was seeing and how I thought it was like, that's awful, felt flat. I feel like the music like that. There's just something about that, like every once in a while, it would be like, and I'm like, whoa, the guitar just came in here, but I can't look away. The composition, is fucking
colors,
insane.
Dude. That's cinematography and the colors.
It doesn't
it's
feel
cheating. It's so
like it doesn't feel like ham-fisted or anything. Like, know what I was thinking? This is blasphemy, but actually kind of a good comparison. Is Room or The Room? What's the one that's like Tommy Wiseau or whatever that shitty, The Room. Like it felt like I feel like Tommy Wiseau watched this movie and went, oh, I could make this kind of movie, and tried to make it, and it just because it's like it's weird. The acting is so stilted, but like. Feels kind of natural.
It's soft. This movie is just such a soft movie, and it's like the thing it was throwing me because I'm right there with you. Like I was very captivated. It looked great, and I was interested, but I was also like I literally fell asleep during it, and that never happens. But I was wiped out. I've been sleeping like shit, but like. I
wasn't David Lynch weird.
No,
but
it wasn't like
it was
surreal,
weird,
but it was
kind of
on the edge.
Yeah,
it could have went that way.
Yeah,
but it didn't.
It was a little disorienting.
I wasn't sure where it was gonna go. Like just as soon as it set it up, like the first 30 minutes are incredible, where Travis is just wandering around and his brother comes out to find him, and then they go back to L.A. and they were starting to lose me a little bit, but then he was like rekindling with his son, and I thought that was really great. And it's like how they walk home is really a lot of fun, and then they just and then the third act, like each act is like a different movie. Because then the third act,
really,
they just the brother, the surrogate mom and dad, they were like this kid's parents for like his last 4 years and most of his life. They're not in it again. He just fucking takes off with the kid, and then the last is like this. It like comes around when they go back to Texas, you know, and it's like each segment feels like so separate, and I never knew which route it was gonna go. Like it was never predictable, and I was like, oh, okay. So Travis, he like they find her, they're like staking her out at the bank, and it's like now it's about them trying to rebuild their family or whatever, you know. And then it's like but then it's not that either. It's like
No, he delivers the kid to her and then bails again.
It very much is like if you love something, you have to let it go kind of vibes. But it's also like I'm mad at Travis because it's like as a parent now myself, I'm just like. You just gave this kid hope. Like you were just back into his life and now you're fucking off again. Like you're fucking this kid up, dude. Like
no, dude. I was thinking that like when he's like good night, Dad.
I know, and he's like
and then he looks at the other guy and he's like good night, Dad.
Yeah.
And here I'm like, oh dude, this kid doesn't know nothing. Like I'm like, and I knew that like Travis would not. I didn't know what was gonna happen with him or anything, but I was expecting because like you said, soft is a good comparison to this. It's a good word for it. This makes
fucking Before Sunset look like, because Before Sunset's charged, like it's got the energy, but that makes this makes that look like an extreme fucking Avengers movie. This movie, there's like a 30-minute dialogue, very soft spoken over the phone through a glass window, you know, which is really good. Though. That scene's really good.
Oh, it's so.
But it's such
that's what I'm saying. Like this is.
It's such a gentle.
It's so well
movie.
written.
It's such a gentle movie. Like
right. Like, and I think that's like it. It gave me unease at times because I think I was expecting more drama and like that. And, but like I didn't need it. I loved this movie. Like I get why this has praise. Yeah. Like.
I just finished it earlier today, and so I feel like I need to stew in it more because I really did really like it, but I'm like, I don't really know. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch it again one day just because it's like
you need to sleep.
I'm so hard for the colors too. Like, I just think it looks so.
Well, that's the thing. It kept being like so unnatural, but working perfectly. It was so, and sometimes it was like it would be the sunset, and I'm like, how did they do this? I truly
it's like
don't know
hardcore
how they accomplished some of it.
And the fucking greens for like every time is like, because they were going crazy with the colors because it's like everything was bright red when they were chasing around like her, and like her car's red, their shirts are red, everything's like so red. But then every time they're like so sad and down, they're just like washed out in these greens when it's like the melancholy comes over. But it's like, they have like this green foreground and then like this beautiful like middle ground, and then there's just like blistering red sunset. It's like how did they get this on film?
It really,
like it doesn't seem natural.
No, and for like the budget and the time, and I don't know. It's like it's so weird where I'm like, it's hard to say. Like you don't see films like this that look like that in the 80s, really. Like they do, but they look harsher. It's weird how soft this movie looks, and the colors and like. I think that you know, it's weird. It's a weird thing because it's almost like it's not like a love letter to Texas, but it kind of is. It's like he can't get away from Texas, like he's drawn there. Like, and it just, I think, I don't know, like I was saying earlier, it's like I kept being like, when's the other shoe gonna drop? Like, I kept waiting for drama, and then when he was like explaining the drama that happened over the phone, I was like, oh, cool, okay, this is who they were, and now they've grown. You know, and it's an interesting dynamic there. But like, what the fuck was happening that first 30 minutes? Like, why was he walking? What happened to him?
He just full.
I don't always
melted down. I guess.
don't always need answers.
Because I was waiting for because his brother the whole time is like, you owe me an explanation, and then he goes and he tells the story to his wife or his ex or whatever, and he's just basically like, oh, we had a kid and we fell out of love with each other, and then like I had a breakdown, you had a breakdown, and I just wanted to just disappear and drink myself away in Mexico or wherever, somewhere where nobody knew where nobody knew my name, and just in the desert, and just like this idea of hopelessness and desperate or like desolation and everything, and but I kept thinking it was going to be like way more extreme, like some event like. That happened. He was talking like there's like a fire, like their trailer burned down or something. But
she did it.
She burned it down. And but you would think based on the beginning of the movie, because I was so intrigued and I wasn't disappointed. But I was waiting for the other shoe to drop because he comes out of the desert. He's got a beard. He's all He's like comatose, and he doesn't talk. He doesn't talk for like the first like 25 minutes, and then finally he starts talking, and they're like, "So what the fuck's the deal, Travis?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm not ready to talk about that." And then when he does, he's like, "Yeah, we kind of had a bad breakup, and then I just kind of didn't really handle being a parent. I wasn't ready to be a father, and I'm still not." And I'm like, "Okay," like. Is he going to just drive back into? I mean, I'm sure he's going to Paris, Texas, to go to the property
right?
now.
Because he looks at the photo and it like kind of just.
So hopefully
like,
he can
it's
find.
implied.
Because he feels so aimless, and it's just like the desert of nothingness seems to be calling to him.
I don't know. It's like to me personally, I'm like I feel like it's a really, really drab ending. Like he's not gonna because he talks about Paris, Texas earlier as like. Rebirth,
yeah,
you know,
where
he was born, and
conceived.
so it's like or conceived, I guess conceived, which is not born, but it's like he's talking about it as like a destination for something better, and I'm just like he's gonna get there and it'll be
he's looking
dirt, you know.
That is
know.
what's
it's
sad because it's like he's looking for meaning, and it's like he decides that like he obviously he loves his son. He says, "I love you more than I love my life," and it's clear he loves his son,
right?
But it's like. He wants to save his son by getting him back with his mom and saving her too, and then taking himself out of the equation. Like he reunites the two of them is like he finds as his goal, and like that's like the good he can do to like, and then I'll be gone because I'm just like fucking him up or something. And but I'm like, bro, like you're so busy trying to find meaning. Your meaning's right there for that boy at least. Like people cannot be with their. Their ex or the the mother of their child. People do it all the time, and it's like I understand that that's painful for you to not be with her, but like that kid loves you, man. I my heart breaks for that kid, because I mean we got and I we got daddy issues, so it's like
yeah, exactly,
my heart breaks for that kid where it's
like,
just like, dude, he was coming around. He dropped his other dad for you. And
I know
he walked home.
That kid was so eager.
You guys got walkie-talkies, dude, and he was telling you about light speed, and you were there. You guys had a stakeout, and then you just fucking dropped him, man. Like breaks my heart.
Chill, man. It's like it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know. I guess that's one thing. It's like I wish that his character had just a little bit more development, but I mean that's not really.
He's just
it's
just a sad, detached character.
It's sad,
See.
Right, and I feel like the first thing he says, like, or not, maybe not the first exact thing he says, but he, in that conversation with his brother, he's like, he talks about Vietnam at some point with him, like, does he say like, are we in Vietnam or are we at Vietnam or something? It was like a weird disassociation thing where he like talks about it, and later you find out that like, he was obviously in Vietnam, and like, I don't know, maybe that I just feel like there's something there, and I'm like, this is definitely a movie I'm like. I want to watch again because now that I know,
I'm not expecting it. Yeah,
like,
it's kind. I knew it'd be kind of rambly, but yeah, it's like I wasn't. We talk about this all the time, where it's just like first time you're watching something or reading a book or whatever, it's like you're analyzing it and like trying to understand its meanings, but you're also just trying to figure out where it's going and how it's going to go. But like once you know, then is from like looking at something from a more critical standpoint of view, you can kind of like. Understand, because obviously the people who made this and every piece of art hopefully spent like a long time thinking about it and like planning it, and so it's like there's obviously more to it that I feel like on a second rewatch I'd be able to absorb, and I think that's what it is with a lot of movies. It's like you just absorb more a second time because your expectations are different. And I think that it's like I already kind of want to rewatch this one again just as like, but as like a background. Just was like, bow, bow, twangy guitar. And just like
that actually, I did not like that at all. But
I didn't like it at
was
first,
weird.
but I came around to it because it did fit.
It did.
It fit, but I was like,
like,
it was jarring at first. Yeah, I was like,
and it like
it reminded me of this movie.
I don't know.
Clay
it really
Pigeons.
didn't.
You ever seen that movie, Clay Pigeons? It's got like it's like a 90s movie, and it takes place in the desert, and it's Vince Vaughn's in it. He's like a serial killer. It's like a dark comedy, but it's got like that very 90s like just electric guitar score too. And it's also deserty too, and so it's like the whole time they're like, "We're in the desert," and just like Tremors too, kind of reminds me like, but it's just very just like bluesy, twangy, just one single electric guitar.
But it like, it's funny. I was reading the the facts, and they're like a legendary blues guitarist like helped with this riff and stuff, and I was like, they must not have used all of it because it's like there's only 2 notes in the whole thing, and it's like
all you need, baby.
They hold one twangy note. I don't know. It was one of those things where like it just was not. It did not immediately suck me in. I honestly did not like the first half hour.
I thought that was the best part. Like
I personally I liked when he gets to LA more.
Really, I didn't like that part. I thought the back end was kind of the best. When he gets with the kid, I liked that dynamic a lot and visuals a lot. But it's like I was expecting like almost like his brother comes and I'm like, oh, here we go. It's a road trip movie and they're gonna detour to Paris, Texas, and because he's like, look, it's right here on the map. And I thought there was gonna be that kind of movie. And I was gearing up for it, and I was interested in the mystery of Travis's backstory. And so it's like, I think it was all the expectations. And then so like when they're driving and then they're in LA, I was like, oh, they just drove to LA. Now they're just there now. What? So I was just like, it just caught me off guard, and it became a completely different movie. Not that that's bad. You know what I mean? I think I was just like, the type of movie he was setting me up for was different. But I'm glad it took. I'm glad it zigged when it was gonna zag. Like I don't know,
change gears.
Yeah,
I think my favorite shot though, dude, is when the doctor calls the brother and he's like on the phone, and there's the skyscraper behind him with the sky and everything, and he's got his yellow cap, and like for a second I was just like, this is blowing my mind. What is happening right now? Like I was just like, how are they shooting this? Because already they were doing some angles that like
weird, right?
Were just like so beautiful, and like it's like just like the composition. I can't get over it. But then when it cuts to the wide and it's the billboard behind him, and I was just like, oh, that's so fucking good. Like it's
it's a good shot. The cinematography is astounding. Honestly, it's like the highlight, like the vibe, it adds so much to the atmosphere of this movie, because this movie is obviously so much about this like this yearning, this like longing to like, and it's like regret, right? Like this movie's very much about regret, and like maybe not fixing things necessarily, but it's just like these like landscapes, and it's just like burned, and it's just sad, and just these old desert these like towns that have just decayed. And just like this green halogen acid burned light, and the sunset's just like melt. Like I don't know what chemicals they use to fucking, like develop this, but
no, this film looks like nothing I've ever seen before. It's beautiful. Yeah, and we've watched a lot of stuff from the 60s and 70s lately, and so it's just like I'm just like, I don't know how they got that good film, dude. The good. But
I don't know.
I think it's really effective too. Is when they get into Houston. The vibe changes drastically when they're in the skyscrapers.
It's like 3 different movies.
They get to that bank.
It really does.
And that bank feels like futuristic. Yeah.
It's totally different. And it's like, that's what's weird. It's like you compare the shots of like at the beginning, or like when when he's driving with his brother, or like even when they're at the gas station and there's like, it's the dinosaurs are there when they're making the call from the gas station. But then like, you look at the shot when I forget the kid's name. He's Hunter, I think.
Hank or something.
I think it's Hunter.
Oh, Hunter, yeah, Hunter.
He's like sitting on the desk against the window in the hotel, and it's just like the blue.
Don't even get me started. Like the Heinz ketchup.
Yeah, the Heinz ketchup on the thing, and it's like the blue city skyline. It's such a jarring comparison to like the look and the vibe of the rest of the movie that is like super striking to see. Like I don't know, it's a film school, man. I like movies.
I love it. No, it's funny. As much as it's funny, this is like a movie where I'm like, I didn't like the score. The dialogue is like, it to its credit, very realistic, which I actually really liked. Except Klaus Kinski's daughter, Natasha Kinski.
Is that his daughter?
Is so bad. Yeah, it's yeah.
I can see that.
That's the daughter, and her acting was so bad. Like, I did not like her character at all.
It was fine.
But she's barely in it, so she's just a blip of the whole thing. So it's not not that big of a deal. But it is one of those movies where I'm like, there's so many things going against it, except like you could watch this like really quiet with subtitles, and it would just be like, it's just visually moving. Like I
don't know.
I love like every shot is amazing.
It makes me ache in a specific part that's hard to put into words exactly, you know, especially this fresh coming off of it. Like it is. It's very much like this yearning and this regret and just like this feeling of just like feeling like not belonging or like not knowing, you know, what to do with yourself or knowing how to live like at all, really, you know, kind of just like this hope, like this weird, a specific brand of despair. You know what I mean? It's like it's just hopeful enough, and it's not like I'm doing black tar under the overpass type despair, but it's something about just like this melancholy that is just really, really clicks. It's just such a vibe. And I think Travis is an interesting character, but I'm upset just because it's like I was interested in the dynamics. I wish that it feels real that they didn't have resolutions, but it's just like that his dynamic with his brother didn't resolve, and then it's like he got picked this dynamic up with this kid and fucking dropped that too, and that's just like who he is. That it's just like he can't do that, I guess. But it leaves me wanting more, but like in a good way. And so it's just like I appreciate it. But yeah, this is one of those movies that it's like I feel like I'm gonna be thinking about for a while, and I'll have to rewatch again one day to kind of, or at least give it a couple days to see how I feel about it some more as I go on, because it's still so fresh in my mind, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and what will you really remember? That's the part. I think remembering the child. Well, sure, visuals, but narratively, I think like his relationship with his son is wackadoodle, and I just feel like we enter his life like in just I don't know, and like he's beelining it for something. You know, he's got this desperation. He won't stop, and it ends with him beelining it again. You know, it ends with him going again, and it's like he can't stop.
Yeah, it's like it's like he's always running from something, but he's always like positioning it that he's running towards something that's not really there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is kind of interesting. Yeah, I was something interesting.
And I think that's what's great. We never make it to Paris, Texas.
Exactly.
And I think that's like it's a testament the fact that like you thought like, oh, this is how this movie's gonna go. Yeah. You know,
not
from here, and then like every time, and I agree. I'm with you the whole way. I was like, I kept being like, oh, okay, now he's gonna like get his life back together and be a good dad, you know, and we'll never meet the mom, maybe is what I thought. But then I was like, I know the poster, so it's like we have to meet her at one point. But then I was like, okay, maybe he'll go down and he'll talk to her. And then like when he bails the first time, you know, when he meets her and it's like in the hotel and stuff, that room, which is so funny because I thought I've seen that shot a million times. I thought they met in a real hotel. So the fact that it's like this like nudie booth type of deals, I was like, oh, that's so fucking cool. Like it's so, God, it's like, it is just visually stunning.
It is cool.
Like, this is such
a
reflection
movie. When they finally like start talking to each other and face each other, and it's like his reflection and then her through the glass too, of the like halfway glass.
Yeah,
so
dude, there's a scene I want to make a poster of it when it's his face and her silhouette. You know, when he turns the light off. It's so fucking good, dude. It's such a good shot.
Something I thought was interesting that I don't know what it means, but it stood out to me. I don't know what it means. So, but the fact that you mentioned that this was made partially from like a French endeavor, but like much of the movie's called Paris, Texas. And then he keeps talking. He's sort of obsessed about it because his dad has that joke about how he's like, oh, I met your wife and I met my mom, your mom in Paris. And then it's like Paris, Texas. Haha. You know, it's like that's the joke. But then the wife of his brother is from France. Like she's very French. She's like a French immigrant or something. And like, I don't know, like, I feel like there's something there. I'm like, what is that? Like,
that's
a deliberate decision.
I think that's what it is.
But I'm like, so there's like, is that just some remnant of like, that's how like Walter, whatever the brother's name is, Walter, I think. It's like, is that how he's like he marries, his whole life, his dad is like, I met your mom in Paris. but it's Paris, Texas, and then
Yeah.
he ends up marrying a woman probably from Paris. Like, actually, like, what's that about?
Yeah,
You know?
I know.
Like,
Right.
what's that
That's the thing.
about?
This is one of those
Feels
movies
like
where
there's
I'm like,
something there. I don't know.
I'm like, the subtext is like a little harder. You have to kind of dig a little bit. Very, very David Lynch style, where it's like, okay, what's the symbolism and the subtext of this scene and this happening? And it's like Star Wars was such a prevalent thing in this movie that I was like, is this supposed to be like a retelling of Star Wars where like he's coming out,
right.
you know, and he's trying to save young Anakin or something? I was like, what is, you know, like this is one of those movies where I'm like, I bet there's something like that where it's like he saw Star Wars and he was like, oh, I'm gonna adapt Star Wars into my own movie, and it's this. Like, that's the vibe. Well, it's like this director did Perfect Days. Did you see that?
Perfect Days.
And it's like the Japanese dad who cleans toilets and like has an estranged relationship with his daughter.
I know about that one, but I want to see it.
It got nominated for an Oscar in 2023.
Yeah.
and
No,
then-
I remember. I saw
whatever,
some things about that on like a video essay, and then I remember when it came out that I wanted to watch it because I feel like I'd recently watched Paddington, not Paddington Bear, Paddington, or was it the?
Yeah, the bus driver, Adam.
Yeah, with Adam Driver.
Adam West. What's his name? Adam Driver.
Noah
Yeah.
Baumbach or Jim Jarmusch, one of those two.
No, it's I think it's Patterson or something.
Patterson. Not Paddington. It's Patterson.
Not,
Yes,
not Paddington.
It's Patterson.
It's Patterson. Yeah,
but where it's just
it's
like
got that vibe. For
it's
sure.
just a dude going around, living in the moment, writing poetry, and being
right.
finding contentment and satisfaction in his life. Like that, it's zen, and I feel like I need more
It's
of those
weird.
movies.
It's weird because it's Wim Wenders did it again, and he's not an old Japanese man, so it's like kind of wild. He does like he's not a grizzled Texan, so it's like
Interesting.
funny that he makes these kind of like, I don't know, not genre, but like drama pieces that are so cultural.
I also thought it was
But,
interesting that's like Henry Dean Stanton, right? The Travis. He
I know, dude. I can only think of Alien the whole
same,
time.
yeah, same. And like even
Yeah.
though I've never watched all of Twin Peaks, I recognize him from Twin Peaks. But
Right, yeah.
he looks like so many like redneck dudes that I've met in my life.
Oh,
And
yeah.
but it's interesting that it's like he's this Texas man. He like dresses kind of like that, but he is an interesting portrayal of like masculinity. You know what I mean? Because he's very not traditionally masculine, especially like you look at his silhouette, especially like when he shaves, he's got his mustache, he's got his like big belt buckle and his like flannel shirt, but it's just like he's a very soft man, and like he can't, but he doesn't know how to like be emotional. He literally has to turn away from her even when she can't see him to tell this story of their past in the third person. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
He's an interesting
Oh,
character.
yeah, buddy.
He's an interesting character. I that's what I really like. He frustrates me,
He's a
but in a way
he's a man
that I
after my own heart.
appreciate. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah. No, I definitely want to see this again to really get his character. Like it's like one of those things where I'm like, I just need a little nugget. I need something else to like kind of cling on to, because like at this point I feel like I'm just like wandering on a path to get,
I
to
kind of
get
agree.
somewhere
There are
that
other
I, like,
movies
don't know if it exists, but
like this that I think that I would rather watch. And I think is the thing. It's like I did really enjoy this, but I feel what you're saying. Like I wanted a little bit more, but I still really enjoyed myself. But I was also sometimes kind of bored, but also riveted. Like I don't know. It's a weird one, right?
right. It's a weird.
Like
it's like not.
It's weird.
I didn't
Like it's
know-
not bad at all. Like, and I liked it.
No.
but
Yeah, right. That's the thing. Yeah, I think for me, well, no, not even that, not that extreme,
I
because
think
like
being kind of boring
think-
sometimes is the point, though, a little bit, right? Like that's life, kind of. Like I don't know. Like,
right. I think it honestly that when that beep, when the guitar comes up, it bothered me. I'm like at a moment where I'm like, okay, we're like reflecting in this silence, and then it just like this thing comes up, because it's not music. It was literally just two notes where you go boing, and then you go boing.
No, it's some
boing.
classic fucking twang. I can play that.
Oh, I like, no, that's what I mean. It's like I like twang, but it's like I like when it's like gets, it's like I'm a fan of bluegrass and old school country and
Dude,
stuff.
yeah, I
and
wish
it's
I
like,
would have went full bluegrass is
But-
fucking punk though.
Right. That's right, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like but it didn't. I like blues guitar, but it's just not when it was literally. What it's I don't know. Go listen to it again. It's like I don't even know the minute. It's not even. It's got to be a 6-second sound clip that he directed. Yeah,
It's not my
well,
yeah, it's a good movie. We'll see.
It's.
I
I'm
hope
glad
I get
that I saw it for sure.
For sure. And I get like the hype. Like I do feel like this movie's got a pretty hardcore like I guess I wouldn't say hype, but it's like it's got a every time it's
the Criterion.
Yeah, every time it comes up, people are like, "Oh yeah, this fucking masterpiece." You know what I mean? And I'm like, I get that.
Right.
I get that.
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I wish I saw this when I was younger.
Yeah.
So I could like kind of have that opinion too, you know? Because it's like I feel like when I was younger, I might even like it more.
These two
I'd be
movies
like,
back to back, though,
like
dude,
it.
have really
Oh,
invigorated. Like they are
Such good campaign
such
films.
good movies to go back and back. I'm really glad we went this route this month. I'm probably going to specifically do more recent ones for the next because these are like over 30 years, both of them, and a little more recent.
we
picks.
did 80s, 90s. Now you can do 2000s.
Yeah, I'll do a couple
2000s,
more recent picks, but like they both really made all these like independent. And I think that's part of why we did Sundance also, and we have a love for it. It's like, God damn it, I want to make a movie. I'm gonna make a fucking another movie, man.
Right. I want to make a movie. Well, and that's
Just
just great.
like,
It's like these are not conventional films, quote unquote. And they were made. This movie.
what's the
I'm
budget?
getting into
No,
money minute
yeah,
now.
let's do it.
Fucking $2 million. $2 million to make this movie.
It's probably
Are you
because they
guys kidding
developed
me?
it in gasoline. I don't know what they did.
I don't know what they. Yeah. Like
Leaded, not even unleaded.
the film. I don't know how. I really don't know how that the film is beautiful. Whatever it is, it's like they were just slugging some of it on the side and get
Something.
like,
God damn.
you know. But yeah, $2 million, and it only grossed like what was it? 3.
Yeah, probably not a lot.
But-
hey, that's the thing.
How?
It's about the
But
legacy.
that's how it works with Sundance. It's like, and they probably sold it for
Well,
you know.
both of these films, and I think that's the thing a lot of that I'm appreciating about. And I mean, I've always appreciated this. It's not something I take for granted necessarily, but watching these Sundance movies, especially, that it's just like everyone. We always talk about the money minute, and a lot of people will think that like if it doesn't make a bunch of money, that it's like a failure. And I'm like, dude, this is art.
Right.
It's not.
Yeah.
Always, it's like, sure, a lot of movies are made just for commercial reasons, like just to make money, and like that's their purpose. And it's like sometimes it's like you just spend a couple $1 million to make fucking art. And
Right.
if you can, I mean, I wish, but it's like people do it.
Yeah.
People do it.
Yeah. Like. Yeah.
It doesn't have to.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to, like. That's the thing. Before Sunrise and Paris, Texas, only made for a couple $1 million each. Only made back a couple $1 million each. But they both have very impressive legacies. They're both
They're legacy films for
considered-
sure. Yeah. They.
Guarantee you, both of
they're
them
in the-
are in the
they're-
top 250, like on IMDb or something. You know
Well,
what I
and
mean?
they're both in Criterion. And
Yeah.
I do Giannis and Criterion. I mean, I hold those at high. I hold them at the gold standard. They are. If you're in a Criterion, you're up there. It's like it's one of those
We
things.
should just
like,
do a Criterion
it-
month. Some weird movies make it on there
We really
sometimes,
should.
but we should do a Criterion.
We really
Why,
should.
How have we not
Yeah,
done a
you're
Criterion
right. Why,
month? What are we
yeah,
doing?
how have we not done a
What are we
Criterion?
doing?
That's funny. That is really funny because it's like I love. It's like I want to correct. I'm subscribed to Reddit /Criterion Collection,
know.
and I'm
surprised.
I can't. I like do it just so I can like pet the screen and be like, oh, I would love to own that Kurosawa box
Right,
set.
yeah, no kidding.
You know, I don't have $400, but I would love to.
I'm surprised you're not like have transitioned to one of those A24 guys coming from Criterion to A24 that just is
I know.
part
Well,
of the
no,
film club. You got all the merch.
I'm already kind of anti A24 nowadays. It's a little bloated in my
much.
opinion. Like, yeah, it's just there. I was subscribed to our A24, and it kind of got a little annoying.
It's a little
'cause
circle.
it's like,
it's a little circle.
It just
jerky.
became
that's it's
and
more the
it's
hipster
merch.
version. It's merch.
It became, which is fine. That's
Well-
that Criterion is like they're not merch per se. They're just box sets. They're like we
They're
do.
box sets.
That's the thing. They preserve
Preserve it,
film,
yeah.
and then they're like, and then they get like exclusive interviews and shit. And it's like they try. You know, it's one of those things. It's like you're buying
I'm just talking.
You're getting more
I know,
for
I
your
was
money
joking
than
about
just like
film bro hipster type vibes, but
100%. Yeah, and I know I should. Well, it's like A24. I was close. I was on the precipice of being an A24 bro, but then I kind of got into it a little bit, and I was like, I don't know. I'd rather get in the Criterion
we'll
closet.
save
You know,
if we do like an Oscar bonus episode or a Oscar wrap up episode. So much lately, like my image of Marty Supreme has been hurt so much because everywhere I turn is like Marty Supreme merch on the internet. And I'm like,
and it's like ping pong balls, and I'm like, calm down, guys.
Calm down.
It's a ping pong ball with Marty Supreme printed on it. Like, you can't sell that for $40. Like, come on,
calm down. And they're like, more drops coming soon. We're sold out.
I know.
And, all right.
I know. Yeah.
Anyway, these movies are good.
We love you guys.
It's great. We'll do a
really melting.
Yeah, it's really hot. We're going through a heat wave all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Keep
global warming, baby. What is it? It's like February.
Go to the Reddit, go to the YouTube, check all that stuff out.
Please.
Come vote on whatever movie we end up watching next week.
Don't go to Patreon because nothing's there.
We're gonna do the bonus episodes for before sunset and before.
Let's do the before.
We'll do bonus
Let's do the
episodes and maybe
trilogy.
we'll put them on the Patreon or something.
100%.
Something like that.
We're gonna
do
fucking
those.
do
So
I dare you.
I dare you. We'll do it. Something like that. And then doing more Sundance movies, and then Oscars are this week, and if maybe we'll do something about that. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, thank you for listening / watching.
Yeah.
We'll try not to wait.
You.
Take a week off so you don't have to listen to these 2-part episodes if you're not into it, or wait because you forget. We like to stay weekly, so it's a film club after all. But we have lives, sort of. Shit happens.
We'll be back. Next
thought I was
week.
gonna die.
I did it, and I. You had like a true medical issue. I just have a cold,
Dude,
so
I'll just tell you.
We'll be
I
good.
think I might have microwaved my brain. I'll have to tell you about it. Like that's
Oh,
my.
okay, I'd
that's
love
my
to hear it. Yeah,
new
you're like
theory.
you were at like 108 just in your brain. Like
Yeah,
you
dude,
hear the
that's-
fever
that's my
of 108, like localized. Well, cool.
Okay.
All right, guys, have fun. Don't microwave your brain, but microwave your brain on movies.
Yeah.
Go watch these movies back to back. They're pretty fucking dope.
Pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're good companions.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye now.